This is a coding channel, so how about software development? So some of you out there that may use different types of game engines, I know a lot of you out there probably use Godot, 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 whatever it is, or however you want to say that engine's name, go for it. More power to you, but a lot of you probably do use that engine, considering currently those are the videos that are up on the channel. But some of you may have also wondered, well, what about creating non-gaming applications? Well, this is something that has actually been done and has been used or created through or for quite a few years now. And there are, of course, different pros and cons to these. And, of course, these are also going to vary between engine to engine. But let's go ahead and take a look at some, I guess, real-world examples of this. Now, here we've got 6 different applications, of course, non-game related. That have to do with AR and VR. And we have some here in the education space. If I just pull that down. And this has to do with something to do with shapes. I'm not really sure. I've never heard of this application, but it seems kind of neat. As you can see here. I'm not sure what exactly you would use it for, but it's something in the education space. You see you can fold out and put your shapes together and all that. Second, we've got another education thing. And this would be an example of how you can make science a lot more interactive and, in some cases, more enjoyable for people. So I think this is really cool, just being able to do this. But if you're into creating AR or VR things, this might be the type of application that you'd be interested in creating. Something that's interactive for someone. Moving on, we also got home design. So if you like just designing things, here you go. Here's a perfect example for creating software with you. Or for you, made with a game engine. This is a really good application. As you can see here, it allows you to take a look at how something would look in real life without having to actually do it. So you're seeing here, we're seeing what it would look like with, I'm not sure if that's the same photo on the wall. But you see we got the bookshelf there. I think that's a bookshelf, kind of hard to see. Full of different objects. We got a couch that may be completely different from the one that they have there. They have different colored walls, and they can see exactly what that would look like in that part of their home before spending, thousands of dollars and making decisions and potentially just wasting the money and the resources and doing all of it for nothing. Which is very interesting. I believe they had a kitchen back here as well. Not mistaken. Okay, so they're going through, they're picking objects. Hey, there we go. And you can clearly see there we have a completely different kitchen here. And they're going for like a kitchen remodel. You can get an idea of what that would look like and if that's something that you want. Very useful. And I have never had to do a redesign, but I think a lot of these renovation places would definitely benefit from an application like that. Then we have some more education and marketing, and this one seems a little interesting. I don't know too much about it, but it seems like you're able to create models, 3D models in it. But then it's also like placed real time in the world, which is interesting for sure. Taking a look at some more examples here. Again, we're looking at, of course, people online, so we can always take their information almost with like a grain of salt. Because we always have to assume random person online, they might be lying to you, they might be telling the truth, you have no idea. But this person, Shirley, claims to be a senior developer, and they tell you that in this case with Unity, cross-platform engine supports 27 platforms and distinct devices, which is always great because that means you got multi-platform. is almost like guaranteed, or it's like the primary focus to get your application to multiple or as many locations as possible. And they actually list some of the benefits here, which, as someone may point out, this can also cause a lot of bloat for your application, having all this stuff packed in there, but that's where it comes to selecting the right tool for the job. Like, if we're looking at this, platform support is a pro from using an engine. In particular, they're talking about Unity. We got graphics, and that counts as your audio as well as the visual on screen, especially if you're using like 3D models and that. And of course, the benefit of debugging may be a huge thing for you, depending on everything that's going on in your environment, the tools you use. But like the graphics engine, if we don't need audio and we don't need things like models and that higher level of graphics, then that's just all being bundled in and using up space, bloating our software, making it larger than it needs to be, having a lot of unnecessary, I guess you could say, code bundled in there that we don't need. So that's going to come down to, of course, selecting the right tools for the job. And if you don't need any of that, then maybe you should go a different direction, such as just going straight into C#, C++, Python, whatever, to create your application and not consider using an engine. And again, we just see some more list here as to some reasons why you might, which would be your cross-platform prioritization right out of the box. We got a bit here about the ease of use being a double-edged sword, which if you want, you can go ahead and take a look at that. You can pause it, read through it, and you can see at the bottom we're making the right choice. That's essentially going over what I just mentioned, how you'd want to select the right tool for the job. And if you're not going to take advantage of everything that a game engine can provide, then you should consider not using a game engine to create your non-game application. Again, random people, you can take their word for it if you want. This person says that they're a 30-year game biz veteran. And some of their examples are saying that they've got a call tomorrow, which of course this was in 2017. So they had a call in the defense industry for making apps for applications for the military, and they use Unity. And he says that that there is a large community that does this, which is definitely believable. And as they go on to say, cross-platform engines are quite efficient, yes. They aren't performance hogs, in his opinion. But of course, I would say that depends on your use case. Not necessarily on the performance, but more onto the bloat end. But the cross-platform is definitely going to be an attractive thing, so they could just throw it out to different platforms and they don't need to recode things or make completely separate builds or whatever. Some more examples of applications made in engines are like Blast Effects here. This is an application that allows you to create special effects, completely create them, generate them, and you're able to export them as, I believe, vector. You can do pixel transformations of the effects, and you can export them into sprite sheets or GIFs or GIFs if you're one of those, which is absolutely, it's crazy. This is something that anyone could use if they're making a pixel game, definitely. But it's just one example of some software, again, made inside of a game engine, and here you can see they're taking advantage of it in this case. They're taking advantage of the being able to make a UI with their choice here. They're taking advantage of easy making screen shaders and this node graph system, which I know is built in, but they have to actually code the functionality of each one. And then we have Wonderdraft here, which is also built in an engine, and it has external packs that you can buy and purchase and add in for more items, kind of like how you would do for like a DLC, but for an application. So it would be more like an add-on or a plugin. And this is an application that allows you to go ahead and create your own map. As simple as that is. And it's actually really good at this. Look, a lot of customization. You can pretty much make whatever type of map that you want out of these. Or from this. Excellent. But that's effectively gives you an idea of some software that you can actually make with game engines, and hopefully shows you that if you do want to make or go into the software development space, you can use game engines to satisfy this this requirement, I suppose you can go for. But it also doesn't hurt to learn another language as well to kind of like go alongside that, just in case there's something that you can't do with the engine, or if maybe an engine is not the best tool to use for that specific project, you'll have a knowledge base of another language to fall back on. So hopefully that helps you guys there. So for any of you that were curious about software development, but maybe you've only used game engines, you've only created games, and maybe you've heard some myths or rumors or something, and that has been laid to rest, hopefully. Anyway, before I start rambling on, take care, have yourselves a good one. If you have any recommendations for the next video or need help with something, by all means, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you in the next one.